get started, ladies and gentlemen. So good evening. Thank you so much for coming out to support our wonderful business students tonight. Appreciate that. My name is Mike Perez. I am the Business Department Chair. And I'm here tonight to honor the students, along with you guys, for our high school for having valued and excelled in our business department. The National Business Honor Society is designed and recognized for those members in every high school who truly excel in their academic preparation and an eventual career in the business world. All of the inductees here tonight are on their way to becoming future business leaders and standouts in whatever career they decide. It's based on the 4 pillars of community and their commitment to the NBHS based on scholarship, leadership, community service, and character. At this time, our inductees will be processing into the auditorium with Haverford student Christian Harper accompanying them on piano. As a lot of future business leaders. At this time, please rise for the singing of our national anthem, preceded by our call honor. We sung by our chamber choir members, led by students Liz Jocelyn and Jack O'Leary.
Our
Thank you again to all of our amazing musicians and singers who have volunteered their time and talents to be with us tonight. We appreciate that. Our entire business department, including Honor Society Advisor Jacqueline McCarty, we've had the pleasure of teaching all these great students at least 3 of the 9 business courses that we offer here at Haverford. So we consider ourselves the lucky ones to have gotten to know and watch each one of you grow along your journey here at Haverford. As business teachers, we love what we teach, but nothing is more satisfying than being able to watch you guys grow in your love for the topics that we're discussing as well. Right, we find such value in talking about topics such as personal finance, and business career choices, and professionalism, and current business trends. And you make our job so worthwhile because of your respect, your contributions, and your sincere interest in what we discuss on a daily basis. So thank you all for being who you are. With that being said, I would like to introduce our principal, Mr. Pete Dungy, to continue with tonight's program.
Thank you. Welcome. The future of our entire economy is in the first 5 rows right here. The entire world economy, first 5 rows, and a couple of our distinguished officers up here on the stage. But I'm pretty confident I would give them my money if I had any to invest. But first of all, students, congratulations on such a great honor. I'd like to thank our business teachers for the great job that they do to make our classes relevant and fun each day, and they do a great job. Ms. McCarty, Mr. Perez, Mr. Minnie, Mr. Neal, all do a wonderful job each and every day. We also like to thank our administrators who came tonight, Mr. B and Ms. E, for sharing this evening with us, Dr. Rushi. And we'd like to thank our guests who are coming here tonight, taking some time out of the day to give some wisdom to our honorees tonight. It's a very special evening. And then I just leave you with this. This is a Twitter-worthy event, okay? This is Twitter-worthy, all right? Instagram-worthy. I know tomorrow is Meme Thursday, so whatever a meme is, that's what we should be doing tonight on this evening. So if you take some time after the ceremony, if you could just take 5 minutes, take a few pictures, come up front, take some pictures. In the lobby we have some refreshments, so just take 5 to 10 minutes and enjoy the evening, because this is a big deal. I know it's a Wednesday before Thanksgiving and we're in a rush, but this is a pretty big deal. So take some time, take some pictures, post some good stuff, and continue to do great things. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. I hope everyone's having a great night so far. I'm Gabby Trelante, and I'm honored to hold the Social Media Marketing Chair for Haverford's National Business Honor Society. I decided to run for an officer position of this amazing organization because I always had an interest in business from a young age, and NBHS helped me augment that, and I wanted the opportunity to do that for others. As the marketing chair, I run the brand new Instagram page, which I'm proud to say has over 100 followers. My duties include, but are not limited to, promoting our fundraisers and meetings, as well as our affiliation with This App Saves Lives, interacting with other clubs such as FBLA, assembling and editing our pictures, and overall encouraging underclassmen to work towards becoming a member of the National Business Honor Society. This day and age, social media is more powerful than we think. By establishing connections with our members, as well as the community of Haverford, I am helping develop our brand, one of scholarship, leadership, and service. It doesn't matter if you run a small local shop or a big national company. Social media is an essential part of any marketing strategy. It's a way to connect with your customers, increase awareness about your brand, and boost sales. With more than 3 billion people around the world using social media every month, it's no passing trend. We follow and hope to encourage all members to follow a policy of post positively. I'm trying to lead by example, and we only post messages that will make a positive impact on our followers and friends. A business leader that I look up to is Richard Hain, who is the CEO of one of my favorite stores, Urban Outfitters. As a local Philadelphian attending the University of Penn, Richard created this store for one of his entrepreneurship classes, and since then it has grown to be worth more than $4 billion. The headquarters of this company is right in our very own backyard in the Navy Yard and provides jobs to thousands of Philadelphians. Throughout the past 3 years of high school, I've taken Introduction to Marketing, Entrepreneurship, Personal Finance, and Accounting 1. Of the 4 business classes I've taken, my most favorite would have to be Entrepreneurship because of Ms. McCarty, and it also allowed my creativity to flourish by building my own business. So far, I've applied to Westchester University and Newman University. I've gotten to those, and I'm still waiting to hear back from Penn State. And for my collegiate education, I intend on majoring in accounting with a minor in graphic design and marketing. I came to this decision by thinking about my strengths, which are being organized and good with numbers, and I excelled in my accounting class. Shout out to Miss Minnie. And before I pass it down to Tim, I would like to thank my parents for helping me get to where I am today. If it weren't for you driving me to practice or picking me up from meetings, and overall being so supportive of me, I wouldn't be up here giving this speech. Thank you. And I'd like to now introduce our Community Service Chair, Tim Sincata.
Good evening. My name is Tim Sincata, and I'm a senior at Haverford. I am the Community Service Chair for Haverford's NBHS chapter. I've applied to Villanova University, University of Virginia, University of Richmond, College of William & Mary, and University of Maryland. I want to become an officer in NBHS because being an officer in this society is a great way to develop my passion for business and show my interest. Throughout my high school career, I was lucky enough to take 5 business courses. In my freshman year, I took entrepreneurship and personal finance, took accounting sophomore year, marketing my junior year, and business law this year. My favorite course would have to be entrepreneurship because it implements both business aspect along with creativity. I was able to create my own business and describe the business side of it as well. This honor society has presented me with the opportunity to be a part of a group of students who care about professional growth and sharing ideas. At the college level, I plan to continue to look for groups to network with and grow professionally. I'm hoping to pursue a degree in global or international business because I believe it will be very interesting in communicating and interacting with international businesses and corporations. I also enjoy traveling, which is a major part of global business. One person that I really admire is Philadelphia Philly Chase Utley because of the impact he has made on and off the field. In 2011, Chase and his wife created the Utley Foundation, which was established to bring awareness to the increasing epidemic of animal cruelty. They have raised millions of dollars and helped law enforcement prosecute those people who abuse animals. Chase has been quoted as saying, "I never want to look back in the mirror and say, what if? What if I had run harder? What if I had died for that ground wall?" I take this quote to heart because I believe in hard work and not having any regrets. When life presents us with opportunities, we must take advantage of them. I worked hard during my senior year and plan on taking that same hard work ethic into college and professional career. I would like to thank my mom and dad for helping shape me into the person that I am today. They taught me to always work hard and be kind, and those are just 2 important values they've taught me throughout my life. I would not be here today without their guidance and support. Service and giving back to community is a cornerstone of our great society. This year we have chosen Cradles to Crowns and Career Wardrobe as our partners in service. Without adequate and appropriate warm coats, children face unfair barriers and participate in life on an unequal playing field. Our winter coat drive with Cradles to Crowns was rooted in our efforts to formally recognize the issue and increase awareness of this hidden basic need. Career Wardrobe is a Philadelphia-based nonprofit that uses clothing and professional development to empower unemployed individuals to work. As a group, we love the thought behind this organization and being able to live in a place where every person in transition can obtain the confidence they need in order to achieve the next level of gainful employment. We plan to support this cause through a clothing drive which we are kicking off in January. Thank you very much, and I would now like to introduce our treasurer, Adam Stuck.
Hello, my name is Adam Stuck, and I'm the treasurer of the National Business Honor Society here at Haverford. I want to be an officer because I believe that business is important in every aspect of society. I want to be able to learn more about it. Here at Haverford, I've been blessed with the opportunity to take 4 business classes: Accounting 1, Personal Finance, Business Law, and I'm currently taking Entrepreneurship. Business Law was my favorite class because it allowed me to view the business field through a different perspective. NBHS is very important to me as it allows me opportunities to further my education in the field of business and helps me become a more fiscally responsible person. This year, we are looking to go on a field trip to New York City to visit Wall Street, a truly incredible opportunity that I would not be able to experience if not for this amazing organization. For my future education, I'm hoping to attend Susquehanna University and study political science with a plan of possibly attending law school afterwards. A business leader I admire would be my Aunt Lori. She's the CEO of Atlantic Care Health Systems, which is a hospital based in Atlantic City. I admire her for her work ethic, as she started off as a floor nurse at the hospital, and through hard work and determination, was able to work her way to the top of the company. I would like to thank both of my parents for shaping me to be the person I am today, whether it's been through coaching or by simply being good role models. They have taught me the importance of being able to work with others and determination. To end my speech today, I'd like to talk about one of the 4 cornerstones of the National Business Honor Society: character. Malcolm Forbes once said, "You can easily judge the character of a man by how he treats those who can do nothing for him." It is important for businessmen and women to be of good character so that they can make good, honest decisions to not only help their business, but also those that their businesses may affect. Here in the National Business Honor Society, we hope to develop ethical and moral qualities to help better the character of the students that have earned the opportunity to be a part of this organization. Up next to speak, I'd like to introduce our secretary and a good friend of mine, Mr. Nolan Singer.
Hi, thank you for coming to celebrate with us tonight. My name is Nolan Singer, and I'm the secretary for MBHS this year. I've wanted to be an officer since last year when I was inducted at this very ceremony. I wanted to have a leadership role while being able to further my education in business. The business courses I've taken so far here at Haverford are web design, entrepreneurship, accounting 1, accounting 2, personal finance, marketing, and I'm going to take business law next semester. Personally, my favorite course was accounting 1 because we had to simulate a real-life job and also because it was taught by Ms. McCarty. MBHS has helped me grow in the business world and gave me a better understanding about life and business. It has helped me develop as a leader with an officer position, and has helped me improve my communication skills. It has also helped me figure out what I want to do later on in life. Speaking of my future life, I've applied to the University of Pittsburgh, Temple, and Westchester, and have been accepted to Westchester so far. In college, I plan to major in finance and become a financial planner or analyst when I'm older. One business leader I admire is Jeff Bezos. What he was able to do as an entrepreneur has changed the world. He has completely changed e-commerce and was able to make life much more convenient. As Jeff Bezos said, if you do build a great experience, customers tell each other about that. Word of mouth is very important. Which brings me to my next point. As a secretary for MBHS, I have to have good communication skills and be able to communicate with various types of people. This skill is important because wherever you go, you will always have to talk to people. The better you are at driving a conversation, the more well off you will be when it comes to interviews or having a professional conversation later in life. Lastly, I would like to thank my teachers and classmates for helping me work hard during school. I would also like to thank my family for supporting me throughout life and helping me through this college process. Now I would like to introduce our beloved Vice President, Harry Carpenter.
Good evening, everyone. First off, I would like to congratulate my fellow classmates who are being inducted today. I've grown up with many of them, and it feels great to see everyone here tonight. I'm Harry Carpenter, and I'm our Vice President of our chapter of the National Business Honor Society this year. I want to become an officer because of my passion for business. Ever since I was a young kid, I've always seemed to elevate towards many features of business. During my years at Haverford, I've taken 6 business courses, which includes intro to marketing, advanced marketing, entrepreneurship, accounting 1, and macroeconomics. My favorite was being entrepreneurship because of the creativity that the student has in building a company. But I personally think that the most important class to take at Haverford is personal finance because it informs you of how financial features of life works. Scholarship is one of the 4 cornerstones of NBHS that our students strive to perform. Scholarship is our ability to find meaning in the world around us. We encourage every member to aim high in academics and seize opportunities in front of them. National Business Honor Society offers many great opportunities for students to learn about the business world after high school. We had the honor of having great business teachers here at Haverford High School and great business leaders attending meetings. Earlier this year, we had the opportunity of attending an accounting workshop at Temple University. The workshop was very informational and taught us what it was like to be an accountant and steps that it takes to become an accountant. We also met many different people who told us their stories of why they chose to be an accountant and their journey of becoming an accountant. This workshop gave us a look into what real-life accounting was all about and how many of us can use these key factors of accounting in our lives. It was very nice to tour Temple's campus as well and learn what it has to offer to students. In the future, I plan to major in some form of business in college because I enjoy being part of a team working off to better the company as a whole. To continue my studies in business, I've applied to many colleges including Temple, Penn State, Drexel, Northeastern, St. Joe's, and Fordham. I will strive to continue my journey through ambition and hard work throughout college. One of the reasons I enjoy business so much is because with enough hard work and perseverance, anyone can be successful. One of my role models is investor Warren Buffett. Growing up during the Great Depression, Warren Buffett was heavily affected by the economic downturn and was very poor as a result of it. But Warren Buffett was not satisfied, so he worked insanely hard, gaining knowledge to become one of the most smartest businessmen in America. During the 2008 recession, the U.S. government used Warren Buffett's idea to save the U.S. economy from another Great Depression-like era. I look up to him like he is a superhero because of the knowledge that he possesses. I would like to thank my mom and dad for shaping me into the person I am today and giving me opportunities and hope, making me think anything is possible. I'm very lucky to have supportive people around me, so I would like to thank you to everyone who has been there for me. Now I'd like to introduce our NBH president, Shane McAdams.
Good evening. My name is Shane McAdams. I'm the president of the National Business Honor Society here at Haverford. I wanted to hold a leadership position as business has always been my passion. Haverford is unique in that it provides great opportunity for students interested in business. Over my last 3 years at Haverford, I've been able to study entrepreneurship, marketing, web design, communications, and manufacturing. I have also had the opportunity to participate in the Future Business Leaders of America organization, which has allowed me to further expand my excitement in the business world. National Business Honor Society is a great way to connect with peers with similar interests and has given myself and many others the opportunity to lead in a larger group. The Leadership Cornerstone is the backbone of this organization, and it prepares students to become leaders amongst their peers, which will hopefully carry later into their careers as young adults. I hope to follow my dreams of one day becoming a business owner, starting by studying risk management and finance at Cornell, St. Joe's, or Penn State. I find interest in risk management as my parents work in the insurance industry, meaning I've been exposed to it my entire life. I find interest in investing in real estate as well, which is why I also am so deeply inspired by Warren Buffett. Not only has he built a strong career through hard work and dedication to his studies, but he's also remained humble no matter his status. He's valued at $86 billion and has built a very strong career in investing. However, he's quoted in saying that the best investment you can make is in yourself. I would like to thank my parents, my wrestling coaches, and all of my teachers who have supported me up to this point. There's no way I could be here tonight without them, and I have certainly been shaped into a great person thanks to them. I would now like to introduce this evening's keynote speaker, Mr. Andy Nussbickle. He works for Vanguard Center for Analytics and Insight, their center of excellence for data science, experimentation, and research. He's head of advanced experimentation and analytics training, where his team of data scientists use experimentation to help drive business and client outcomes. Andy focuses on providing job skills at Vanguard, which they need to fill the needs of a data-driven future. He is a 20-year veteran at Vanguard, holding jobs in IT, marketing, and internal consulting and analytics. He is a graduate from Great Valley High School, holds a degree in biology from Franklin and Marshall, his MBA from Drexel, and is Six Sigma certified. He lives in Malvern with his wife, Kathy, his 3 kids, Josh, Emily, and Zach. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Andy Nussbickle.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having us. Thank you, Shane, for the introduction. Really nice. I'm really happy to be here. I can tell you, as we jump into this, I titled this presentation "Knowing versus Thinking" because we're really in the business of knowing things. Right? It's great to be thinking something is true. We're about knowing things are true, and I think it's really that will be key. And every one of those leaders you guys pointed out as role models of people you admire, maybe not Chase Utley, but I'll let you do it anyway. They all key on data. They all focus on knowing things, right? And that's really what we're about. So, as Shane said, my name is Andy Nussbickle. I work at Vanguard. I work in our Center of Excellence for Data Science, Experimentation, and Research. It's a highly skilled team focused on helping our clients and business partners make better decisions, and we hope better outcomes through the use of data. I'd like to thank Mrs. McCarty, apparently a big favor from everybody. I don't know what you're paying them to do that, but it seemed to work. To come for the opportunity to come here and talk tonight. Here you've had admissions counselors and a Villanova basketball player at previous induction ceremonies. It's really my honor to be here and share some of my wisdom about the field of analytics. I'm also hoping this is a signal that being a nerd is finally cool. Because growing up, it wasn't that cool, I can tell you. But before I go too far, I really want to congratulate the students here for all their hard work. You put in the work you needed and the commitment to get here, but more importantly than the grades, I'm actually impressed by the character that's required to be here in the service, because ultimately that's what's going to help and make you guys the future business leaders that you were called out to. I'd also be remiss if I didn't congratulate the parents, the caregivers, faculty, other people that are here and support these students, because having 3 kids of my own, I know they didn't get here on their own without maybe a little pushing, a little kicking, a little screaming at times. So congratulations to you guys as well. So the next 10 minutes, I plan on sharing 3 things with you. How did I end up here? Not literally here, I think you can figure that one out, but how did I end up in this career? Because honestly, when I started, there was no field of data analytics. It wasn't something people would talk about. What are the analytics jobs? What do they do? How do you get them? And then I really want to share something that is really, on the surface, seems fairly obvious, but people don't really think about it when they think about data analytics. So I'll save that for the speaker at the end. I'm also fairly confident this is going to be the only presentation you'll see today, perhaps this month, maybe even this year, that will weave together snails, unicorns, and baseball. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be a unique thing. All right. So when I think about my journey, it really started with these core traits, and it was really great to hear some of the speakers earlier talk about understanding kind of what drives them, because these were the things that really drove me. And when I look back at my career, these were the things when I look for a new role or a new job, there were things that kind of fed these things that are really central to me. First off, I'm a learner. I've been a learner my whole life. I'm the kid who always asks why. I still ask why today. My team sometimes get tired of me asking why, but I ask why all the time. Learning those new skills, continuing to stay fresh, super important. The world is moving so fast today. It's going to be even faster for you guys. So staying fresh, asking questions, learning skills, investing in yourself is going to be super important. Ideation. So the idea of ideation is really liking ideas. I love different ideas. It's one of the reasons why I like working with the people I work with. They are super smart. All of them smarter than I am. And I love to get their ideas. I love that they challenge me. I love that we challenge each other. So those ideas are critical as well. Being strategic in context, I view these things kind of together. One is kind of, I like to be able to knit things together and see how they fit. The other is I like to understand how we got here. So what's the basis that we're standing on that allowed us to make progress. And finally, as an achiever, nothing makes me happier than seeing a completed to-do list, right? Something like that really makes my day. So I'd encourage you guys to think about what drives you. If you don't know it already, that's okay. You'll probably figure it out along the way. But this, knowing this, will help you have a successful career. So what did my path look like? So as we said early on, I did go to Great Valley High School. I did go to Franklin and Marshall. I do have my MBA from Drexel. I've been working for Bangor for 20 years, and now work in the field of data science. And I think it would be easy to assume that it was a straight line. This is how I got here. I heard some of you talk about your plans. I'd say absolutely keep your plans. But I'm pretty sure that the 16 or 18-year-old me did not know exactly what he wanted to do. And in fact, when you look at my actual journey, it looks like this, which is a little different, right? So I know some of you guys sitting here are worried because your friend to your left, or friend to your right, friend to your left, feels like they have a plan, you know exactly what they're going to do, and you're wondering what you're going to do. I'm going to tell you it's okay. You'll figure it out. If you look at, I went to school thinking I was going to be a veterinarian, and that didn't work out. I put the snail in there because really what I really got into, believe it or not, were invertebrates in college, right? And I put it on there because for me that was a big moment where I was either going to go get my PhD or I was going to go into the business world, and I decided to go into the business world for lots of reasons. Then I thought, well, I might be a teacher, end up in corporate training, you can kind of see the rest of the winding path there. So it's great to have a plan. It's good to have an idea where you think you may want to go, but I would encourage you to try things on, right? Some things are going to work, some things aren't. Be ready to adjust that plan as you go. I have another confession to make, and that is while I was at Great Valley, I was a really average student. So I definitely would not have been where you guys are. So you guys are way ahead of where I was at your age, and for that, it's something to really be really proud of. In fact, to get into F&M, I had to apply twice. I called the admissions office so much they knew me by first name. If they had caller ID, I think they would have stopped picking up the phone. But perseverance maybe was the lesson of that one, and that worked as well. Let's get into talking about the actual roles that happen in analytics. So the most famous roles is data science roles, the one you probably heard about. I'll start there and go back into some other roles. So in 2006, a famous British mathematician made the comment that data is the new oil. And what he meant by that is data is what's driving business today. You all have a passion for business, it's fantastic, but it is data that is driving business today. Make no mistake about that. And in 2017, Harvard Business Review went and said that the data scientist is the sexiest job in the 21st century. So I can tell you we are swimming in data. Companies like Google, Netflix, Amazon, they're all built on data. That's how they do things. They're built on data and actually built on experimentation. They're built on knowing things, not thinking things. That's what these companies are built on. In fact, we have so much data that IBM estimates that by 2020, which isn't that far away, the entire digital landscape will have 44 zettabytes of data. I didn't know what a zettabyte was before I saw that, but it's the number 44 followed by 21 zeros. And by 2025, that same report predicts that roughly 436 exabytes, another word I didn't know, which is the number 436 followed by 18 zeros of data will be created every day. And what companies are trying to do is they're trying to mine that data for value. Right? It used to be, and probably still is a little bit, it was you were mining that data for competitive advantage. More and more, it's mining that data really to stay relevant. If you're not good with data, your business is going to struggle. So what this diagram shows you is how we used to think about a data scientist. And you can see there's a lot of stuff in there, right? So they had to be great at communication, they were wonderful at statistics and mathematics, they knew how to program, and they were really good at business as well. And as this field matured, what we realized is these people were actually, just like unicorns, they were really hard to find. If you found them, you probably couldn't afford to pay them. They were probably working for Google or Netflix or one of those other companies. So what we did is we modified how we think about what a data scientist is. And it still has the same core concepts, but I think we narrowed the scope, and what we did is we broke out that sort of unicorn role into many different roles. So what do we expect from data scientists? They absolutely have to be strong in computer science and IT. The language today is Python or R, so if you guys are paying attention or have heard of those things, they are the big languages that are used today. And I would say data scientists aren't programmers like an IT programmer, they're more like hackers, right? They're not making really solid code, but they're putting things together in a way where they can express the math that they're trying to get to. They are all really strong in math, that is the core, that is one of the differentiators. And then they do have to have an understanding of the business problem you're trying to solve. You have to have an understanding of the data you're trying to use to solve those problems. So this is kind of how we view data scientists today. But like I said, we broke the role into a number of different roles. So rather than looking for unicorns, we're looking for lots of different types of people now. So one of the roles is this data analyst, and you can kind of think of it as a data scientist who leans a little more heavily on understanding the business and a little less heavily on some of the really advanced mathematics and statistical techniques. They are super important. They answer questions like, what's happened, what is happening today, why did it happen, what might be happening, and then what caused it to happen, or the types of things they may be looking at. They're going to use some math, but it won't be the super high-end math to get there. A role that is growing dramatically right now is this data engineer role. So I told you how much data is being produced today. Data engineers are the people who wrangle it, right? By wrangle it, I mean they're going out and they're finding it, they're pulling it together, they're making sense of it, and they're making it available for the data scientists and automating that so the data scientists can actually add value. Incredibly useful job. These folks typically have IT backgrounds. Is what they are. They kind of look at things a little differently from IT. They have a little bit of maybe a little deeper mathematics background. The data scientists, I already explained what that's a little bit, what that's about, and we know they're not unicorns anymore, which is good. Typically what data scientists have is a PhD in the STEM field. That's the data scientists that we hire today. And they use very sophisticated advanced techniques to sort through data. They're also really good at sort of pulling that data together. And then this last role is a really interesting role. It's an analytics translator. And this is one of the later roles to sort of enter this field. And the job here is you're the person who sits between the business and the data scientist and helps the business really understand how data science can help them, and also help the data scientists really understand what the business problem is, so that they're solving the right problem. There's a sort of a lame joke of, hey, data scientists will always answer a question, you just have to make sure they're answering the right question. And the analytic translator is really a key piece of that. So simply put, what these roles do is they turn large volumes of data into insights that organizations can use, so they can make better business decisions. We help the companies from thinking something to be true to knowing it's true, of course, with the best possible mathematical certainty. So what's the job market look like? Nationally, in the U.S., there's estimated to be 1.5 million open business analyst jobs right now. So it's a hot field. I know I have a friend in the audience who works at Haverford recruiting, and he knows I spend probably 30% of my time hiring. So we are constantly hiring for these roles. And then IBM predicts that there will be 700,000 open data engineer roles by the year 2020, so just that one role type. I can also say the salaries are really good. Data scientist with a few years of experience is going to make well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So it's a challenging field. It's one that requires real depth and skill of knowledge, but it's also a super rewarding field. Next question is, what are the types of things they do? So this is the areas where we apply it. So basically any part of the company is using data science today. We're using analytics. In sales and marketing, we're trying to figure out where that next incremental dollar needs to be spent. Super important question. We're trying to figure out what services or products might be useful for an individual client, and rather than treating averages, we're actually now trying to treat individuals, which is a big change. Requires a lot of data to get there. And then if it's a sales team, we're trying to figure out how do we optimize the salesperson's time. On customer service, we're doing some really cool things here. So if you recall, we're not just routing the call to whoever the next available rep might be, but we're trying to match your need with the rep that we know can handle that the best. And we want to get to the point where we're actually matching, something we know about you, maybe your personality, with the personality of the rep. So it's almost like matchmaking that we're trying to do, so that people have the best possible customer experience. And then we do a lot of thinking about how do we make our clients more successful? How do we stop them from making the mistakes that hold them back? And then in operations, we're always trying to figure out how do we optimize the operation. Can we actually build a chatbot? You guys have probably heard about that. Lots of companies now, you'll send an email, and the response you're getting isn't from a person, it's actually from a chatbot that is reading your text, understanding what it means, going back into the data, putting together an answer, and shooting it back to you. Very exciting field. So now on to the last part, and if anybody's heard the story Moneyball, see some head shaking. So the gist of Moneyball is all circulates around the open A's. In 2002, the open A's really started a revolution in analytics in sports, but really they kind of put analytics on the front page, I would say, in lots of ways. And the real story is they were a small market team. They weren't able to win because they can't really compete on the salary with the large markets like the Yankees or some of the bigger teams. So they had to think differently. And what they did is they were actually the first major, I'd say, most well-published organization really using data to drive their decisions. And what they said is they saw that it's actually on-base percentage and slugging percentage are the things that make a good baseball player. And they started to recruit for that, and they started to win. Now, they didn't win the World Series, but they started to win a lot more than they would have normally, which would have expected with their salary. And unfortunately, they would lose the players to the Yankees eventually. But they started to win a lot more. And the question I posed to you guys is, why did that happen? Right? Was it new data? Baseball data has been around since the 19th century, right? So no new data. Was it new statistical methods? I can tell you no, you may not know, but I can tell you no. How about computational capabilities? The main analyst behind this was an economist from Harvard. His name is Paul D. Podesta. He was using actually a laptop computer circa 2002, so it wasn't that high computing. And I said Paul was a smart guy, but he wasn't a rocket scientist, right? So the real question comes down to why. Right? If it's not these things, what was left? And it really comes down to a leadership problem, right? And that's you guys. Right? You guys are here because you're leaders, and to really leverage analytics properly, it takes a leader. Analytics is at its heart, it's a leadership problem. It's about managerial judgment. It's about processes and incentive changes. It's about being problem-driven. It's about being planned and planning. And there are our leadership capabilities. And so here's the obvious secret. In most cases, the best data model algorithm cannot make the decision. Leaders do. And good leaders, successful leaders, focus on expanding what they know and limit decisions based on what they think. Most of you will not be a data scientist. Right? Many of you will not even have data in your job titles eventually. But you will work with data. You will have to work with data. Right? And what will make you different from other leaders is how well you use data, how well you focus on things that you know versus working off of things that you think. And so with that, I will say once again, congratulations, and thank you for letting me be part of your circle.
Thank you for coming and speaking. It was a great experience. We will now begin our induction ceremony by first recognizing our officers with a certificate and their honor cord to be worn at graduation. You have continued to live the cornerstones of scholarship, character, service, and leadership. We are so proud of you to have as a symbol and reflection of our age pride.
We now want to recognize the senior members that were inducted as juniors last year and have continued to live by the cornerstones. Will the current members please rise and come forward as your name is called? Bring your program with you. We also ask that the audience, that all applause is held until the last name is called. Kyle Bennett. Harry Carpenter. Gabriella Charlante. Timothy Sincada. Jenna Cirillo. Jason Cooper. Michael Donnelly. Connor Dowdell. Brianna Duffin. Martin Eminow. Samuel Garrison. Kevin Gillespie. Zachary Gibbon. Sarah Geckel. Ken Guadagnino. Nicole Mazzella. Shane McAdams. Ryan Murray. Vedic Pocarel. Dean Randolph. Eslina Rossetti. Nolan Singer. Adam Stuck. And last but not least, Lucas Wolf.
Will tonight's roll We now want to recognize junior and senior students who have qualified and will be inducted into the National Business Honor Society this evening. Please bring your program with you, and seniors, please take an honor board. We ask that the audience hold applause until the last students come.
Thanks. John Allen. Ian Ayers. John Barr. Campbell Bonner. Mark Bronstein. Timothy Brown. James Callahan. Stephen Callahan. And Evan Carford.
Dean Person. Lily Shubin. Mia Ciencio. Nick Diachilli. Andrew Daly. Jake DeKeitra. Jessica Dowling. Omar Elderonki. James Clausey. And Jack
Alyssa Fullington, Amy Gannon, Sean Gillard, Brian Howe, Brooke Jameson, Shannon Parcher, Connor Kaufman, Samantha Lilly, Andrew Lord, McKenna Lucy,
Amy Lynch, Lily Madonna, Andrew McGinnis, Brendan McAndrews, Kevin Melton, John Meyer, Shane Mosley, Harry Nardi, Colin Knott, Sean O'Brien, Kathleen Perthes, David Purdy, Katie Redden, Sean Reynolds, Abby Rowland, Abby Wayne, and John Sharp.
Michael Smith, Gianna Turco, David Ullman, Krista Vasquez, Thomas Walker, Anna Weinstein, Ava Zeus.
I present these initiates who desire to become members of the National Business Honor Society. They have met the requirements of membership as established in their bylaws. I accept you as candidates for membership in the National Business Honor Society. Do you understand and will you support this purpose? Please answer, I do. At this time, we will be reciting the Honor Society Pledge together as written in the program. I believe in the purposes of the National Business Honor Society and the ideals of excellence in business for which it stands. I realize that my responsibilities as a member require me to cooperate to the fullest extent with goals of the chapter. I will seek to grow in personality, professionalism, and character with our members. I do solemnly promise to uphold the aims and responsibilities of the National Business Honor Society as an active member.
It is with great pleasure that I declare you members of the National Business Honor Society. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you to everyone in the audience, family, friends, teachers, and principals for all of your support to us members. Let us always remember that life is about being lifelong learners who value building relationships based on respecting one another and hard work.
You may now return to your seats. In closing, I'd now like to introduce our favorite middle school teacher and local entrepreneur who's making a great difference in our community, Mr. Wagner.
Just need a minute to get set up here. All right, thank you, Shane, for the wonderful introduction, and thank you, National Business Honor Society, for inviting me to speak tonight. As Shane mentioned, I'm a 6th grade teacher at Haverford Middle School, and I've had the absolute pleasure of teaching almost every single student here. Nothing brings an educator more joy than seeing their former students achieving such great accomplishments. While in high school and in college, there are certain questions you will repeatedly hear as a student, such as, how's school? When you become an adult, a question you will constantly get from other adults is, what do you do? Meaning, what do you do for a living? When I was first asked in my early 20s, what do you do? I wasn't entirely sure how to answer. For me, what I did was constantly changing and much more than a simple answer. Today, I typically answer the question, what do you do, with I teach 6th grade computers. If the person questions me further of what I teach, I answer and provide them with my curriculum of keyboarding, I know all of you still type the right way, financial literacy, and coding, which we had last year. Sorry you missed out on that. I've been a 6th grade teacher for the past 10 years at Haverford, but that's not all that I do. Outside of teaching, I'm a serial entrepreneur. Over the past 23 years, I've started 8 different businesses varying across many different industries. My first business was called Lawn Barbers. I was 12 years old, and our slogan was, "You grow it, we mow it." That got a lot of laughs in 6th grade. My second business, which was the one that I had the longest time, was Smooth Moving Pros. It was a household goods moving company. I had it for almost 15 years. I ended up selling it last year in preparation of having our first child this past summer. Ironically enough, a lot of Haverford graduates made up my crew at the end of the moving season last year. Of the 15 crew members, 7 of them were Haverford graduates. My third business was called Pennsylvania Country Crafts. It was an Amish furniture store I had with my parents. My fourth business, which a lot of you do not know, was called Flix. I started it with Mr. Miggs at the middle school. It was an online dating app. Our idea at the time, we were driving across the country from a moving company, was that we were going to combine Vine, which replaced with YouTube, and Tinder. So you would get a 9-second video of yourself to try to sell yourself to the other person on the other side. Coincidentally, during that time period, I met my wife, not on Flix. So my motivation behind Flix kind of waned, and that company did not go anywhere. But we did produce the app. We closed it down shortly after. My fifth business is Captain Jason Jones Memorial Foundation. A close friend of mine from high school, West Point graduate, Green Beret Special Forces. Jason was killed in Afghanistan serving our country. In 2014, my friends and I, we formed the foundation, a nonprofit organization. In the 5 years of running the nonprofit, we've raised over $200,000. And with that money, we have high school scholarships. We sponsored 4 different service dogs that get teamed up with vets when they come back. We had an annual golf tournament, a 5K. We sent packages overseas. Out of all my businesses, it's the one that means the most to me. I tried my hand in flipping houses. Rocco Realty, I flipped 2 houses during that time period. I have a photo booth rental company, which I still currently do. We do weddings, birthday parties, high school dances, maybe your senior prom. And my last business, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about. As you can see when I'm asked, what do you do? It's quite hard to sum up everything into a short, concise answer. With each startup, I've learned a great deal from my successes and even more from my failures. The best piece of advice I can leave students with today is to take calculated risks, don't follow the crowd, challenge yourself, and fail forward. You never know where an introduction or conversation with a stranger can lead. Which brings me to my most recent business venture, this app saves lives. My partner in this app saves lives, who couldn't be here tonight, Ryan Frankel, is also a serial entrepreneur. Brian and I met in 2013 when my moving company moved him from Philadelphia to New York City. At the time, Brian was working on a mobile translation app called Verbalize It, which was featured on Shark Tank and was later acquired by SmartLink. Little did I know that our initial conversations would have led to the current business partnership that I'm currently in. This app saves lives, also known as Tassel, is a free mobile app that provides rewards to individuals who choose not to engage in distracted driving. Phone-based distracted driving is a habit resulting in 1.5 million auto accidents, 500,000 injuries, and nearly 4,000 deaths every single year. So these are the brands that we currently have signed on. Gabby will be very happy, but last week we signed on Urban Outfitters. I laughingly said that. As you can see, we've been getting a lot of great press in the past couple weeks. We were just on ABC News on Monday, Fox last week. But what's been even more rewarding to me than the press has been the opportunity to work with some former students on this venture. I have a short student-produced video to give you more of a background on what we're building.
Hi, I'm Hank Dangloss. students at Haverford High School,
as well as the lead student ambassadors for This App Saves Lives.
This app saves lives.
Also known as Passable,
Is a free mobile app that provides meaningful rewards to drivers who choose not to use their phone while driving.
Welcome to This App Saves Lives. Getting started is simple. Step 1, open the App Store and download Tassel. Step 2, create an account and allow features. If you have a unique referral ID code, please enter it when registering. Step 3, every time you get into a car, make the choice to drive safe and not use your phone. For each minute driven without using your phone, you will earn rewards points which are redeemable for amazing gifts from your favorite brands. You can also earn bonus points for simply sharing Tassel with your friends and family within the app. Download Tassel today and you can do your part in making the world a safer place. Every year, distracted driving causes a whopping 500,000 injuries and 3,600 deaths. That's 10 people who die every single day from distracted driving. Think about that. Answering a text distracts your driver for approximately 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's enough time to cover the entire length of the highway. Think about that. You have the power to change this. We have the power to change this. This is your chance to be a superhero and make a difference.
Be a superhero.
Be a superhero! We are a superhero.
Be a superhero and download Tassel today.
It's awesome, isn't it? So this app saves lives is fully developed. We're just waiting for Apple to approve it. It's been waiting for 5 days now, and push it live. We've partnered with over 100 high schools throughout the greater Philadelphia area and plan to educate students about the dangers of distracted driving before they get behind the wheel. As we launch and scale, we plan to implement some additional features such as friendly competitions as well as a parent portal. I'm going to give you a sneak peek to the parent portal. All right, so we're looking at Shane's driving habits for the past 7 days. Now these are made up. Shane has a 92% time driving undistracted. He's earned 221 Tassel points. He's redeemed 7 rewards, maybe cheeseburgers or something at Urban Outfitters, and his driving status is a pedal protector. Next student, Harry. Harry's not doing so good. But this is only today, so he can improve. Harry's driving is 37% undistracted. That means that 63% of the time he is distracted. He has 11 distractions just today, picking up his phone, sending texts, telling his mom he loves her. And he earned 0 Tassel points because of all the distraction. He is a newbie. And last but not least, Gabby. Gabby has 100% time driving undistracted. Let's give her a round of applause. She's earned 1,542 Tassel points, and she has the ultimate status of a superhero. So as you can see, we've built in the gamification, earning different badges as you go. Parents, get out your phone. If you want a free month trial of the parent portal, which will be live next month and the month after, all you have to do is email team@thisappsaveslive.com, subject line parent portal, and we'll give you a free month. I can tell you that I never thought when I started a lawn cutting business at the age of 12 that it would lead to launching a national brand with great upside potential. So students, continue to challenge yourself in everything that you do. Take calculated risks. I'm happy to answer any questions about Tassel or anything else after. Thank you for a wonderful evening. Please join us in the front of the auditorium for refreshments.